Fire Emblem 12, Hard 3 ZPGs, Chapter 10 and 10X. The important points from the preparations are that we need Wendell to recruit the enemy boss, quote-unquote. So he's going to be reclassed to Draco Knight to get to that guy as fast as possible. And then Etzel will be reclassed to Berserker for the reduced movement penalty on water tiles and a huge 17 base speed, which will allow him to double an enemy bishop on turn 1 with the Scorpio Shard, as long as that bishop rolls 15 speed instead of 16. For some reason, or I guess I know why, but it sucks that we only have one slot available for Berserkers. Lord knows you need 5 slots for Draco Knights. That's perfectly fine, but heaven forbid you get 2 Berserkers in Chapter 10. Oh no. So the point of this map is that you're supposed to work your way around the outside of the map while Merrick is fighting against some other mage who's mad at him or something. But because we want to go fast, we're going to cut right up the middle instead. The problem, as you'll see in a second, is that in order for Marth to get across the water on turn 1, he needs to stand on that water tile right behind where Etzel is now, which means that a third sniper to attack that bishop wouldn't have been able to stand there. So instead, we just reclass Etzel to Berserker. That was really the big idea that made this chapter work. Pretty happy with that. 17 base speed is pretty nuts. Now, this sniper that Catria is attacking can roll 9 defense instead of 8, but Catria would still one-shot him with the Killer Lance. And I don't want to waste a Killer Lance on enemy phase, so I'm going to send it back to the convoy. We had a full inventory and got a drop. Minerva is able to one-shot this mage, but only if he has 3 defense instead of 4. If he did have 4, you could give a +1 strength Star Shard from Catria to Minerva, provided that sniper didn't roll extra defense. So you only need one of those 2 to roll lower defense. It feels bad to use the Parthia for pure chip damage on this mercenary, but the alternative would be a Killer Bow crit, and with all the other RNG dependence on this first turn, I really didn't want to do that, and it really would have sucked. Militia is just going for staff rank here, because it might be nice to get to A ranks without having to promote her. And then Yumina is using the Thief Staff to get a large bullion from this chest behind the throne, because there's no way I was ever going to get there. Now, this is what I meant about Marth's positioning. He has to get on that water tile, so a ranged unit could not have stood there to block the bishop. Yes, we are going to dance him out of the way now, but he would have nowhere to go if that bishop wasn't already dead. I hope that makes sense. So these 2 mages up here, the one that Minerva killed and the one Marth attacking now, have the Shaver Tome, which is the base level wind magic, and that was easily going to one-shot any of my Draco Knights, even with the barrier buff, so they need to die right now. But Pala doesn't have a way to one-shot this mage from full, like Minerva did, so that cute Levin Sword chip damage from Marth, with the extra damage and resistance from Aquarius and Capricorn, as well as Scorpio to avoid getting doubled, put the mage in kill range for Pala, while exactly allowing Marth to live with 1 HP. Marth just barely had the required C rank in swords for the Levin Sword, so that worked out really well. Merrick is the mage here who you'll remember from the prologues. He blocks Elrian from getting towards the rest of our army and almost dies for it. Merrick's only tome is the Excalibur, and Elrian's only tome is Thoron, which both have base crit, and I had to reset at least 4 times from these 2 idiots critting each other. They really should have given Merrick a fire tome or something that you could equip to avoid critting Elrian. Maybe they just wanted you to use the rescue staff, I don't know. The Capricorn shard on Marth was only needed because the mage rolled an extra point of resistance, and if he had also rolled an extra point of defense, Pala still would have been able to get that kill, so that is robust to stat variation at least. Note that Pala had to get Hector out of the convoy or from Marth, because Marth took it from Etzel. So Wendell recruits Elrian, Pala gets some free weapon EXP with the hand axe, because you still get weapon EXP when you miss in this game, which is great. And then Merrick was only 1 cast away from getting to C rank tome, so I went and got that even though it probably won't matter. And then we get some Lance rank with our Draco Knights as well, just why not? Hopefully Minerva gets to B rank someday. Militia gets a little more staff rank, again, because why not? And then Yumina's going to grab the Restore Staff for us with the Thief Staff again. On any difficulty below Hard 3, this is a Silence Staff instead of a Recover. Did I say Restore? I meant Recover. Zelly wouldn't be worth it for a Restore Staff. But Silence Staff is absolutely broken in this game, and I'd love to have one. But because Intelligent hates Lunatic players, we get Recover instead. Similarly, if you keep all the enemy clerics alive when you finish the chapter, the game rewards you with the Silver card, which is amazing, except on Hard 3, where it gives you a Vulnerary instead. I still wanted that Recover staff, though, because my units are frequently near death, and that staff heals you to full HP no matter what, so that sounds pretty good. Alright, that's Chapter 10. Whew, gotta catch my breath. That's Chapter 10 in 2 turns. Chapter 10X is a stupid gimmick map, where the only thing to do is find the real copy of the boss. The trick to do this is to highlight 1 copy of him on the map with the cursor, and then press L if you're on DS, or Q on your keyboard, to cycle through the copies until you get to the top row. Whichever one is highlighted when you get to the top row, so there, the top left one is the real one. And then let's just move Pala and Fina because he's on the left instead of the right. And if he's in the middle, you can just reset. The deployment slots are quite limited here, so I just brought people whose weapon rank I wanted to raise. Again, you can use the hand axe and miss and still get weapon rank. That's pretty nice. And then we'll get some lance rank on the Draco Knights, because why not? Fortunately, this guy doesn't have a hand axe or anything equipped, so we can safely do these ranged attacks for weapon EXP. And then Pala moves in for the crit. And that's 10x in one turn. And so the game gives you another cosmetic option for the avatar. This time you can wear the mask that this boss character, Roro or Legion or whatever his name is, had. I'm actually not going to do that because I already look pretty damn perfect. Thanks for watching.